I completely agree with Bill Burr lah, when it comes to like this whole gay marriage thing. Like, I mean, now they're fighting for their rights and everything.
Yeah.
But when they get like and the gay people start getting married, and then when the divorces start happening,
Yeah, that's
like, shit,
yeah,
man,
that-
why did we
no.
get married in the first place?
No, but
When
that
the
is
other guy,
it's for them to
Yeah.
choose, right?
when I work for all my cash and the other guy takes half my money, like,
Then
oh,
they
shit.
they were like,
starts to get a bit.
damn it.
yeah. No, but the thing is that ultimately they should have the choice.
Yeah, of course.
And if you don't have, you don't have the choice simply because of your sexuality, your sexual orientation, then it's not right lah.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
True. I mean-
everyone should have the same kind of rights.
Yeah.
You don't have the same opportunities, but you should have the same
But-
rights.
True, yeah.
But I want to draw the line somewhere lah. The pronouns things can never ever agree.
Oh yeah, no,
So
no, that Canada is a different.
yeah.
I don't know what they're
Totally
doing.
different
What's happening in
saga.
Canada?
Yeah, they
I
have,
have no idea.
They have a new title also, right? LGBTQ.
Yeah, hang on, let me just-
It's like
One for the record.
one for the record. We have to say this.
So here's the new tagline, phrase, whatever. LGBTTTIQQAAPP.
that is a
Wow.
mouthful.
There's a mouthful.
That is a mouthful.
So it's what it stands for is basically lesbian, gay, gender queer,
Mhm.
bisexual,
Mhm.
demisexual, transgender, transsexual, two-spirit,
Yeah.
intersex,
What the heck
queer,
is two spirit?
questioning,
I have
asexual,
no fucking clue.
allies,
What the
pansexual, and polygamous.
what's pansexual?
Pan.
Pansexual is everything.
Everything,
Like, how does that even exist? She's
Yeah.
attracted to the animals as well.
I have no idea, dude.
No, wait, no, not animals. It's pansexual. Oh, pansexual is attracted to every other alphabet that was in that list.
Yeah.
So pansexuality is the sexual, romantic, or emotional attraction towards people regardless of their sex or gender identity. So
So it's
everyone.
It's a chain.
basically,
Yeah, it's
like
everyone.
So basically, if they all get if a lesbian, then a gay, then a bisexual, then two spirits, and
Transsexual.
a demisexual, if they all get recognized, then the
Mhm.
pansexual is the one that attracted to all of them.
Pansexual doesn't care about
Doesn't
your
care, so
sexual
you could be a
orientation.
girl-
here's the irony in this
Girl,
situation. though.
boy,
Like
or
when they
two
when they
spirits.
like the whole shit is happening, right? It's
Mhm.
because they do not want to be
Marginalized.
marginalized.
But then you have.
But you're creating categories for people
categories.
to
Yes.
fit into that. So you're basically marginalizing the other
Yourself.
categories.
Yeah. No, like
What?
I think Jordan Peterson, like, he summed it up like fucking perfectly. He was saying that what is happening now is that everyone wants to have a group that is victimized,
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
right? So it was like LGBT, right? And dude, you can just encompass everyone within that four letters, the four alphabets. Everyone can be in there,
Yeah.
right? And if you're a straight person supporting them, you can just say that I support the LGBT movement.
Yeah.
But now is like you're just trying to add yourself into that movement
Yeah.
and find your own group
That is
to feel victimized.
Yeah, feel victimized. You're just finding more and
So
more
like
reasons.
victimhood becomes like
Correct.
No,
go
you know-
straight to the top of the ladder.
And what Jordan Peterson said is that once you're within this group, suddenly you feel that you're no longer victimized.
So you have to create
So
another
you
group,
create another one to feel victimized.
and once that
And
group
then some
fills out,
people,
right?
yeah, then some people will be like, now this is increasing.
Yeah.
Now we don't feel special anymore. So add another one.
Correct. It's like that's what happened. Come on, in any country you're at, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. A bit
I mean,
lah.
I'm not trying to. But there is straight.
Yeah.
There's gay.
I mean, and
There's male. There's female, and then maybe if you want to, there's gay. You don't have to dive.
and even gay, that the word gay itself is just referring to homosexuality, right? And you can be a female or male,
yeah.
and if you're homosexual, you are just attracted to the same sex.
Yeah.
And that was that.
That is simple. It's
Yeah. Why do you have to break it down to being pan, being demi, being all this? Is it just a cry out to I want to feel special,
I mean,
and I don't want you to
Yeah.
to rag on me for being special? that way.
couple years ago when I was back when I was on Tinder I was swiping and then I start chatting with this girl, and then that's the first time I actually heard pansexual. She's like, I'm pansexual, and then I had to search what the word means, and then I start questioning her, and then she turned out to be quite weird lah. So that's the ending of my story.
Of that segue.
Yeah. No, but the scary thing about what's happening in Canada is that elementary teachers,
Yeah.
they have to go through training.
Yeah, I saw the headline and I was like,
I saw
what
the
is
I saw the comic skit.
Like, why are we teaching our kids this? I mean, shouldn't kids let them be kids, grow up,
Yeah.
figure out who they are,
who they are. Don't
where
tell
they
them.
fall, how
Where
they
do
define
they
their
fall? Yeah.
identity from, let them decide rather than stuffing it down their
Exactly.
throat.
Just in case life wasn't confusing enough to you, let me add a few more things to make it more and
Yeah.
disguise it as reality. This is the world we live in. There are so many kind of sexualities, not just straight or gay.
They're just making
Just
it
so
up.
many things
Yeah.
out.
I mean, as a kid, you're still navigating the whole social, like how do I be friends?
Yeah.
Like talking to people, interacting with kids of your age. You're still getting. Let them just try it out and then figure shit out from themselves.
Exactly. What the fuck is two-spirit? That
I have no idea.
So he has one, which is a spirit of the eagle, and the other one where he's feel like he has a spirit of bear. The bear and the eagle. One takes flight, one pulls you in.
That was just.
We don't actually mean to make fun, but you're just asking for it. Sometimes
Yeah.
you're just asking for it.
No, I think it was a genuine movement that got hijacked by SJWs.
Yeah.
I guess.
From the postmodernists, as Jordan Peterson put it, who want to tear down every social,
He
cultural-
doesn't like the Marxists, so
Yeah,
it's like, all
barriers.
these Marxists.
I mean, if you want to, it's better.
Sees-
It's better when you hear it out from Jordan Peterson. He
Yeah,
explains it way
yeah.
better than.
He's qualified to explain.
Yeah.
Okay, but you can tell us if we're wrong. Like, is it right for that? Okay, I can't say right. Putting it right and wrong just seems too bleak. But does it make sense?
No,
Let's just talk logically or in the sense of common sense.
Mm.
Yeah.
Creating so many kinds of
Okay, the creation of all these like different terms
Yeah.
to categorize people, that's one thing. Criminalizing a person if you don't use the correct gender pronoun,
oh yeah, okay,
That's
one
another
is-
thing.
that's
yeah.
a totally different thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That is way off. Way
That's
off.
that's
And that's what's happening in Canada.
yeah.
That's bringing me being offended to becoming a criminal offense. I'm
Exactly.
offended, but that you didn't say was Z instead of she, or you said she instead of Z,
Or they
they
instead of
or
her.
they. I was like,
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
dumbfounded.
I mean, there are some people who say like,
It's putting it lightly.
there are some people who say like, these are just words. Why don't you just say it to make them happy? But no,
there's so many words.
yeah, when they're
Make
like
them happy.
breaking down the English language, like breaking down the language, then what does it matter anymore? Someone,
Yeah.
The worst thing was they don't see the fundamental problem with a word is able to make you feel like you belong.
yeah,
A pronoun is able to make you feel like you belong in the world. That fact already shows that you yourself, you're separating yourself from the rest of the world. You are putting yourself in that position.
yeah,
When you need someone to call you Z to make you feel like you belong,
yeah.
there's something wrong, not with the world, but sadly, there might be something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I say like I'm meeting her later, that I'm meeting someone. If I say I'm meeting them later, you'll be like, oh,
A group of
a group of
I
people.
could-
But if those two conflate to become the single thing, then there's confusion, right? When I
Yeah.
say that
Mm.
sentence.
I mean, okay, let me settle. Let me just say, why not I settle this? If you're so offended by the word he, she, them, they, how about I just say I'm gonna meet name?
Yeah.
That's it. Why do you have to introduce so many things just to make yourself feel one way? The world is never meant to revolve around one person.
Exactly.
Kim Jong-un aside, that one's a different case. But it
He's a
was never.
special snowflake. that guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
if
is,
someone
he
has to
is.
face the harsh reality of life, is that it will never revolve around you. It can
Yep.
never revolve around one person. And you trying to put all this is just going to make it you're gonna make it harder for everyone to live with one another. When I have to tread on glass every single time I walk around, first I ask is like, what pronoun do you want to be known by? Or the guy has to announce, I like to be called Z. And you're looking at him like, wow.
Yeah.
And then you have kids, and then like, boy, this is not uncle.
Yeah.
This is.
It's the whole way that the left is going now that is really quite scary, lah.
I mean, it used to be something where like, they're fighting for equality amongst, the
in
a
the beginning,
community.
yes.
They're fighting for us to be fair, and there's nothing wrong with that. Fair, you give the gays, homosexuals, the same kind of treatment you give anyone else. Then they took that one step further and like saying, no, we have to be treated special.
Yeah, and the whole thing with like the gender differences, that now people are actually believing that there's no difference between male and female. It's like, really? Have you done contact sports before? Do you play any sports?
That's why we don't share sports. We don't have mixed. There are very, very few sports have like mixed events. Tennis.
Yeah, and that's specifically a mixed doubles.
Yeah,
so
mixed
you need
doubles.
the male and female on one side, and then male and female on the other side. Yeah. But contact sports, hardly male and female together.
Ever.
You can
simply because there's a difference between men and women.
But
men are bigger,
this.
physically stronger.
People can correct this. You want to comment and you can disagree, yes. Give us a logical way or
sure, there are female bodybuilders that are bigger than men.
Yeah,
but they don't compete with men.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you compete with women. That's the thing. Because there's
and even when
shitloads of difference.
Like transgender people, when they go from male to female, female to male, they have to take hormones as well, hormone pills and whatever to.
And technically, they should not be competing against people in their new gender.
Oh yeah, that'll be unfair.
Technically, it's unfair because if a female is going to be fighting a guy, it's totally different bone structure and everything.
Yeah.
And if a male who transition into a female is going to fight girls, that is also unfair for the girls.
Exactly.
I think something happened in MMA like that.
Yeah, Joe Rogan was talking about this.
Yeah, he was talking about this.
And
it was a Brazilian.
I think
some Brazilian.
And people were attacking him as like a homophobic and like trolling.
But doesn't it make?
Yeah. No, it was just a matter of safety for the fighters.
If you broke it down, a guy transitioned into a girl, but is fighting in a girl's ring. But he's a.
He was a guy.
He still retains.
The bone structure and the
bone structure,
bone
the muscle
density, muscle mass.
Everything.
Yeah.
So doesn't that give him
huge advantage?
If you
her.
So let's just put it in terms of Olympics. Okay, Olympics we separate it out, right? There is the male division and there's the female division, as it always has been, because that's to keep things fair. Females compete against females and male against male. It's not a case of segregation. It's just to keep things equal and fair.
Yeah.
Because you can't put a guy who's genetic, the base foundation makes him stronger in that sense, right?
Yeah.
So you can't put him and make him compete against a girl who is physically smaller and then call that fair.
Yeah.
You can't put it that way, so we separate it out. But now you're gonna take a guy who has all the build of a guy. He transforms himself into a girl and then put him in a girl's division and then call that fair. But then that brings up another case. Are we going to have Olympics where we have male, female, and then a transgender section? That brings that all out.
Interesting.
You could. We can accept that. We can accept that in a sense because that also makes it fair because the
then you would also have two categories in there.
And then now we're going to have the Olympics with LGBTQ. And we have the two-spirit section.
No, I think you only stop at you have another two divisions. So you have males
male transition
transitioning into females
okay,
and females transitioning into males.
Yeah.
Right?
And
so there's only two.
And maybe we can separate that out. We can have the Olympics. We have the Special Olympics.
You can have the Trans Olympics.
And then we have the Trans Olympics.
I mean, if there are enough like trans gender
athletes.
Only if they're okay with it. Because then they'll say like, why do we have to separate out? We want to compete with the rest of them. Then nitpicking and it's all that little.
I mean, have you seen the thing that I shared? Is it on Daily Mail or something? Where this transgender couple, where this lady who transgender into a male and then she
pregnant.
bore a child.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, oh, this is like, you know, everyone's like celebrating the whole like movement and everything, and then I was like, but so that means she's a woman then?
No. Because the I think at the end of the video is like men can also give birth.
Yeah,
I'm like, no. So she's
I
still
like
a
the
woman.
comment.
She's still a woman.
There was one comment that hit straight to the point. A woman gave birth.
yeah, exactly.
He just put on it, a woman gave birth.
Yeah,
Just because a woman became a man does not mean a man gave birth.
yeah.
No,
Because
but
a man-
technically the woman did not transition into becoming a male.
Full male.
Fully transition.
Yeah.
So it's a
Because for
woman.
that you would need like a penile transplant. Then you're
Yeah.
definitely a male at that point.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Science,
Oh, dude,
the
it's
science
possible.
I know,
It's possible.
biology I know,
It's possible.
is that pregnancy comes with a womb.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
at most,
Yeah, so that person did not remove their
The womb.
womb, the uterus, everything was there.
but you cannot say a man.
Gave birth.
Yeah, a man
Give
does
birth.
not
Because
have
when I saw that video, I was a bit confused. I'm like,
No,
what is happening?
it was pretty clear that the person took male hormones
right.
and stuff like that, but at some point they just they were just living as males,
Yeah.
and then they decided to
Have a baby the
Yeah.
natural way, but I'm not taking
carry the
anything
baby.
away from pregnancy.
yeah.
Giving birth is a special thing.
Is it politically correct to say that she's a woman?
That's another one of
Still.
the I'm beginning to
No,
hate that
politically incorrect, but factually correct.
When a baby comes out of a vagina,
Yeah.
do I call her a man or a woman?
Ask
The
yourself
person
when you
who
have
gave birth,
Yeah.
technically it's from a body of a person who was born a woman as a female.
But she doesn't want to be
Right.
considered a female, but a
She
male. So why don't she? Okay. Here's the thing, right? If I ever like see her like in real life, I would ask her if you really feel that you're a man, why do you still keep your womb? Why do you decide to go ahead with this and give birth?
then
When
that
only
person-
women can, that only biologically women can.
Yeah, then that person would say that I can't maybe afford it, or I still want to keep my vajayjay. That person might have loads
Right.
of different reasons,
Right.
but now society is at a point where we are forced to recognize that that person wants to identify as a male. But that person has actually gone through like the tedious nature of
Yeah,
hormone therapy.
Yeah.
Fuck, they have facial hair, dude.
yeah, but let's
Okay. Sorry, sure.
let's just break it down to one thing. Why? Like, you gave birth. That's special. Everyone will be like, congratulations, you gave birth. But why do you want to make it in such a state that a man gave birth?
I think it's the news lah. I think it's not.
Yeah, maybe.
It's the news
I
trying
hope-
to sell. Like
I hope
shit.
it's the news trying to sell because
No, that is one thing. News is one thing, and the word that I hate, empower. that fucking word.
because no, it's okay. But no, let's just for the
Yeah, that's
kid
the thing.
wise, like
That's the
when
thing.
when she grows up, it's like your father gave birth to you, and she's gonna say yes, and everybody's like
No, it's going to be normal for her. For the
normal for her.
It's
but
gonna
then
be normal for the kid.
everyone's gonna question like
kid. Because
your
they're
dad
going to
can
tell the kid at a very young age. The kid is going to be surrounded by
Fuck me, man.
LGBT people.
and they're gonna feed her all sorts of things, and she's gonna grow up.
But we don't know. They might actually end up being very nice parents.
They
Very
are,
good parents.
Oh, yeah,
I
of
swear that they probably are. I'm just not. There's nothing. It's happened. You've transitioned into a male, but come on, we all.
No, I think the transitioning into a male, perfectly fine.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the thing. But you
Giving
can't.
birth,
You can't.
giving
mask-
birth, perfectly fine.
Correct, but
But then saying that
a male.
a male gave birth,
That's just
that-
you
that
twisting
is- yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Twisting
Exactly.
everything.
That's what I have issue with.
Yeah.
That's what I have
It's
issue with.
twisting. It's a not say corruption. It's just twisting. You don't have to twist it.
you don't have
You
to do
can
that.
just be a transgender person who gave birth. You don't
Exactly.
have to
The-
say a man gave
A
birth.
transgender male. How is it? Transgender
Let me
male or
just-
female? Male.
male.
Transgender male gave
Because
birth.
the person is still in transition.
Yeah.
No, okay, but simplicity wise, just be honest. You don't have to twist it to
No.
make it seem right, so you can justify your existence
Because-
or some
Or
weird.
maybe one reason can be is that they identify themselves as men.
But this will never work the other way around. This will never work if a man
Transitions into
transition into a
a
woman and
yeah.
then being able to give birth. It will never work that way. Unless in the
I think-
years
Like giving them
think
a
that-
woman,
when you
I
can
think that-
create a womb.
a
uh,
hermaphrodite or something.
Yeah. I think there's a case where a male to female person
right.
got married or was boyfriend girlfriend with a female to male person,
Oh yeah, I read that.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
And the now woman impregnated the now men.
Wow,
So
that's-
it was like a role reversal,
Role
but
reversal.
but nature still happened.
quite confusing now. I'm trying to. Okay.
Or
yeah,
maybe
kinda get it.
maybe we're too separated from the issue. You probably need the
So the mom impregnated the father, and the father gave birth.
because
Understood.
the mom was a man and the
Right.
father's a woman. So in
Yeah.
in a sense, that's actually
Wow.
that's actually a weird form of a straight marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
a bit.
Your mom is your dad. Your dad's your mom. Okay.
Yeah.
So no, what I was saying is like the three of us are probably not in the right mindset. Like we can try to think what they're thinking, but someone in that position should probably be able to enlighten us more. So Josiah, go out and fraternize, and come back and tell us what they think.
I might have to travel to Thailand.
I've been there.
Thailand is a.
I can't understand.
I don't think you will find effective research in Thailand.
No, because I understand. I think I can understand the fact that they're doing all this to try to feel that they fit in. They're trying to fit in by creating all these things so people accept that there are all these categories, but perhaps it's a misguided thing. Like I'm pretty sure people wanna accept. It's just when
Yeah.
you push it this way, right? It's harder
No,
and harder.
sadly, you can see like the transformation of how things go. You look at places where now they're fighting for the rights. You look at like Australia, for example. They're fighting for the right to get married.
Yeah.
But then you look at places like England, UK,
Yeah.
and then you look at the States, you look at Canada, where in some parts they already have the right to get married,
No, but
right?
would it
So
be weird-
now, once something gets ticked off, now they are going to the next
Nice.
level and then next level and next level,
Yeah.
and all movements eventually they get hijacked. At some point, right, they get hijacked,
Yeah.
and that's the sad thing.
but isn't
I
there
mean,
a point?
the whole same thing with the Black Lives Matter thing, right? It all
Okay.
came about because of like there were a couple of cops who shot like
Yeah.
unarmed teenagers.
I think it was two situations where they
Yeah, unarmed teenagers, and people were like, dude, we need like for you to stand trial, but nothing happened. They still remain cops. They just moved to a different
Yeah.
county, and then this whole movement came out, and then suddenly it just became rioting and shit, and people start damn it, and it's like, what? You lost the whole point of fighting for these murderers who are in cops uniform, but they shot unarmed teenagers, and like this was the core issue.
One was an unarmed teenager. Another one was already going on a different trajectory. Actually, the guy who was a wanted criminal who had like some weapon on him or some shit like that, and
Right.
he was not conforming to the cops,
Right,
and they had no option to but to
Okay.
like shoot the fella. That was a different like scenario, but that got also twisted by the Black Lives Matter movement.
Right. I know there's one with the Filio Castello when he was in his car. He was stopped by a cop. His wife was in the seat, and
Oh
his
yeah, he
kid-
wanted to take something.
He wanted to like show his license, and
Yeah.
he told the cop like, okay, I'm reaching for my
Yeah.
license is in the glove compartment.
Yeah,
He reached for it. The cop opened fire,
Yeah.
shot him dead.
yeah.
The wife like panicked. She took a phone and everything. Yeah. So nothing happened to the cop. I think nothing happened. He probably still serving somewhere.
I think there was another scenario where, fuck. Hopefully I'm not conflating this with some drama series or some shit like that. But or movie. I think it also happened in real life where someone was actually reaching out for a sandwich, like because it was like wrapped in like foil,
Right.
and they thought that it was a gun.
Isn't that Goodfellas? Or Casino? But that might be in real life as well.
Real life, I think it
Yeah.
happened. There's like dash cam footage of that shit happening.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised, lah. I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah, but yeah, it was. I think a movie had the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. He stepped out of his car and something, and then he was holding a sandwich or something, right? And the cops just.
I think it was Casino.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Casino.
Yeah.
That's mad shit. But this is what happens.
I think the best one was the George Zimmerman in
George
Florida.
Zimmerman. Oh,
Where he stalked the kid, the 15-year-old kid, and then and he said that like this kid is threatening me, and then he shot the kid, unarmed teenager.
Yeah.
And then he got away scot free.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the.
There was another, the latest one. A cop arresting a nurse
Oh
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
hospital.
yeah.
Right? Yeah. Of course, there are
Yes.
like fucked up cops
Yeah.
out there, but not all cops are the same. And then like you take like couple of incidents,
Mm.
and then you say that okay, yeah, these cops have to be apprehended,
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah.
reprimanded, right? But then you make it into a whole race thing throughout the country,
Yeah.
and it's just going on a different trajectory.
True lah. True. I mean, if they focus like. Yeah, almost there. I mean, we can go into detail about this on another episode.
Yeah, we definitely have to. Wow.
All right, thank you for listening. Stay tuned for more. Every week, every Sunday, we'll be uploading a new episode. Let us
Yeah.
know what you think about this.
We have interesting topics for sure.
If you feel that you have any interesting topics that you want us to talk about, please feel free to comment.
Yeah, comment, leave a like, subscribe on YouTube, and we'll catch you next week.
Ciao.
Ciao.